Hello, my name is Mónica Isabel Lopez. After reading Freeman's research on contextual challenges to dual language education, a case study of a developing middle school program, I wanted to do a mini research on the program the district I work for is implementing. I was able to get the overall picture of what the middle school does for English language learners and had the opportunity to interview the only teacher in the campus who works with these recent immigrants, students who have come to the district and it is their first, second, or third year. This middle school has around 850 students, of which 424 are English language learners. All the teachers are endorsed in ESL. All students are in regular class, 98% English. This means that reading, math, science, social studies, and all the classes are in English. The only support English language learners get is the help of a classmate and an occasional translation by the teacher. The teacher I interviewed explained to me that in order for a student to exit the ESL program, they needed to pass the reading portion of the STAR test, they needed to pass the Woodcock-Munoz assessment, and attain a 4 on composition on the TELPAS. All these 3 tests needed to be taken by English language learners. She also mentioned parent denials. These are students that are placed in all English and do not receive English as a second language support because parents do not want them in these programs. All the students who are not English language learners only needed to focus on the STAR test, but all English language learners have the extra pressure of not only learning a second language, but of passing the extra assessment. I wanted for her to tell me what the main challenges were that she saw with her students. I asked her if she thought that it was just too difficult for these students, that they just didn't try and gave up. She told me that these students have many challenges. The biggest challenge for her students was adapting to the new school, which is the new school for them. Many of them had a good attitude about school and valued the opportunity they got of becoming educated, but she had some students who did not want to be there. She told me that the parents bring them to school, but they don't want to be there. The hardest part for the teacher is to motivate these students. Another major setback is that many parents move very often because of their jobs, and these students do not have the stability. Another challenge is that many times these students are embarrassed of speaking the language. I asked her about the level of education these students come with, and she told me that she has a broad range of students. Some students come with the basic English that they had the opportunity to obtain in their schools in Mexico, but for example, the letters, numbers, their colors, the days, months, and very basics. Many of these students have a strong foundation in Spanish. Other students come with no education at all. These students have not attended public school, even in Mexico. She has to teach them from scratch. She told me it takes a lot of patience to help these students. I wanted to know how she did it to teach these students, and she said that a lot of motivation is required. She tries to give her instruction challenging enough for her top students to simple enough for her low students. She tells them to do a little bit every day, and slowly but surely they will pick it up. She also asks them to watch television in English and listen to English music. She also encourages them not to lose their Spanish. Unfortunately, these students do not receive instruction in Spanish, and they do end up losing their Spanish. She has had students who test out the first year they are here because they bring a lot from their schools from Mexico. They are very advanced in Spanish and learn a lot of English in their schools in Mexico. This school would benefit greatly from a dual language enrichment program. There is a lot of great language and culture each student has to offer each other. These students would become bilingual and biliterate if they were given these opportunities. I learned that there is much work to do to get schools interested and willing to implement dual language enrichment programs.